Ever heard the saying, necessity is the mother of invention? Well, sometimes the mother of invention is just a really stubborn welder who won't take no for an answer. This is the incredible, untold story of how one man, earning just $11 a day, single-handedly revolutionized shipbuilding and helped America win World War II. His name was Ted Nelson, and his story is a masterclass in perseverance. Picture this. It's 1941. America is on the brink of war. And the Mare Island Naval Shipyard in California is a beehive of activity. Ships are being built at a frantic pace, but one process is slowing everything down: welding insulation and wooden decking to the steel hulls. It was a painstaking two-person job. One person had to hold a metal stud in place, while another worker, often perched precariously on scaffolding inside the ship's tight compartments, would weld it from the other side. It was slow, dangerous, and inefficient. Enter Ted Nelson. Ted wasn't an engineer or a high-ranking officer. He was a welder, right there in the thick of it, experiencing the frustration firsthand. He watched this clunky process day in and day out and thought, there has to be a better way. And in a stroke of simple genius, he found it. Nelson's idea was revolutionary in its simplicity. He designed a special welding gun with a spring-loaded mechanism. But the real magic was a small, disposable ceramic ring, or ferrule, that he placed at the base of the stud. This little ceramic cap acted as a mini-mold for the molten metal. It contained the heat, shielded the weld from the air, and ensured a perfect, strong bond every single time. With his invention, a single worker could perfectly weld a stud onto a steel plate in less than a second. No more scaffolding, no more two-man teams, just point, shoot, and weld. It was brilliant. Excited by his breakthrough, Ted Nelson took his idea straight to his supervisors at the shipyard. He explained how it could save countless hours, improve safety, and dramatically speed up ship construction. He demonstrated its potential, a clear solution to a massive bottleneck. And what was their response? They dismissed him. They told him it wouldn't work, that they weren't interested. Navy brass, set in their ways, refused to even consider the idea from a lowly welder. Imagine the frustration. You just invented something that could change everything, something that could help your country in its time of need. And the people in charge just shrugged their shoulders. Many people would have given up right there. They would have gone back to their welding torch, grumbled for a few days, and let the idea die. But Ted Nelson wasn't most people. He believed in his invention. He knew what it was worth. So, he did something incredibly brave. He quit his job. He walked away from the security of that $11 a day paycheck and decided to bet on himself. Nelson wasn't a wealthy man. He had to pull together every resource he had. He managed to borrow a staggering $95,000, a massive sum in the early 1940s, and turned his garage into a workshop. He poured all his time, energy, and money into perfecting his invention, manufacturing the first batch of his revolutionary stud welding guns. He was all in. Then on December 7th, 1941, everything changed. The attack on Pearl Harbor plunged the United States into World War II overnight. Suddenly, the nation faced a monumental task: building a two-ocean navy and a massive fleet of cargo ships to supply the war effort. The demand for ships exploded, and the slow, old methods of construction were no longer an option. Speed was everything. Suddenly, the same Navy supervisors and shipyard bosses who had laughed Ted Nelson out of their offices were desperate. They were facing impossible production quotas. And they remembered the welder with the crazy idea. The phone started ringing in Ted Nelson's garage workshop. Shipyards across the country, including his former employer at Mare Island, were clamoring for his invention. The man they had rejected was now their only hope. The impact was immediate and astounding. Nelson's stud welding process became the secret weapon of the American shipbuilding miracle. It was used to install everything from electrical wiring and plumbing to insulation and decking. Tasks that once took hours could now be done in minutes. Let's talk numbers, because they are truly mind-boggling. The U.S. Navy later calculated that Ted Nelson's invention saved them over 50 million man-hours of labor during the war. 50 million hours! That's the equivalent of over 25,000 workers working for an entire year. This incredible efficiency gain was a key factor in the construction of the famous Liberty ships. America built 2,710 of these vital cargo vessels. And Nelson's technology was instrumental in getting them off the slipways and into the sea at record-breaking speeds. His stud welders also helped build 203 submarines, the silent hunters that prowled the depths of the Atlantic and Pacific. The same Navy that had once dismissed him now showered him with praise. Ted Nelson and his small garage-born company were awarded the prestigious Navy E citation not once, but twice, for excellence in war production and for their vital contribution to the war effort. From a rejected welder to a celebrated national hero of industry. But the story doesn't end there. After the war, stud welding became a standard practice not just in shipbuilding, but in countless other industries. Look around you. It's used in the construction of skyscrapers, bridges, automobiles, and countless other things we see and use every day. That little ceramic ring and spring-loaded gun, born out of frustration in a noisy shipyard, became a fundamental part of modern manufacturing. The story of Ted Nelson is more than just a tale of a clever invention. It's a powerful lesson about the importance of believing in your own ideas, even when the experts tell you you're wrong. It's a testament to the fact that innovation doesn't always come from a corporate research lab or a university. Sometimes it comes from the person on the front lines who sees a problem and has the courage and tenacity to solve it. Ted Nelson saw a problem, his bosses refused to see the solution, so he built it himself. He refused to take no for an answer, and in doing so, he didn't just build a successful company, he helped build the arsenal of democracy that won the war. So next time you feel like your ideas are being ignored, or you face a wall of skepticism, remember the $11-day welder who changed the world from his garage? Remember Ted Nelson? Thanks for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more untold stories from history. We'd love to have you as part of our community. See you in the next video.